Welcome to the Escapists on 10 times speed. This time I'm adding commentary, so it's not boring to look at. Let's go. I'm playing on Shankton State Pen, so it won't be too easy, but not too difficult. So I can do it. I don't even know how to beat most of the maps in this game. Let's go. We're playing as Young Buck. We're going to rename him something really funny and clever. And welcome to Shankton State Pen on 10 times speed. Now, it may not exactly be 10 times speed because the game doesn't play with cheat engine speed hack too nicely. So it says 10 times speed, but who knows what it's actually going at. The timer in the bottom left certainly seems to suggest that. We're going to try finishing our janitor job the first day because money will be useful to have. Yeah, we couldn't even get halfway done the job before we lost it. You can see it's going to be a bit of a problem with this timer here, but we move on. It's time to start looking through desks, and we're going to bring all the timber, files, metal, and duct tape to our base as we can, because we are digging. In true Escapist 1 fashion, we are just searching desks to look for materials. That's pretty much a lot of the gameplay, and as you can see, we're going to get beat up by the guards a lot, because they don't take too kindly to us. We found a file on day 1 here. We're going to be skipping pretty much every single period because the only one necessary to attend is roll call. I got beat up again, and there goes my file. Yeah, we're going to have to be careful finding good weapons. We're heading to the bookshelves now to catch up on some intellect because you lose intellect in this game quickly along with all your other stats. So it's important to maintain it so we can craft shovels and tools to escape. As you can see, day 1 is already almost over and it's roll call time. It's important that we make it to roll call and in our bed in time because otherwise the doors lock and we are stuck until somebody beats us up. Day 2. Day 2 is off to a rolling start. We just attend roll call and get back to our looting. We need a magazine and a poster first of all so we can chip into the little area behind our cells. As you can see, every cell block has that little hallway and that's where the money is. So we're just going to keep going around, stashing items and checking people's desks. I'm not sure 5 magazines was totally necessary to get, but you know, we're doing it. Yeah, the guards keep beating me up and taking all of my dollars away. Roll call time. Just made it. Get beat up again. Sheet metal, very useful to have. That'll be used in a shovel later. Most of these items will not be beneficial. But sheet metal and timber is a good start, so let's keep going. Another piece of sheet metal here. Quickly stashed it before the guard beat me up and took it away. And it's back to the shelves because, again, intellect is gone, especially with the way I keep getting concussed every 5 seconds. And as you can see, due to the speed, people and guards just keep flying right through the walls without a care in the world. I'm going to barely make it to roll call here. Get beat up right back in bed. On to day 3. Day 3 starts with a bold move of me taking my clothes off in hope of making a guard outfit later. Spoiler, I never wore a guard outfit in this entire run. So I'm now nude searching desks. Timber is good, but these guards just caught me, so I have to quickly get to my desk. It's a pretty tricky challenge to run into there, grab what I need, and run out. It's a bit of an accuracy game at this point. It's how fast everything is. If I'm not quick, guard's gonna see me in a second. 13 o'clock means roll call time. Let's go. I'm a lucky winner of today's shakedown, and I remember the timber I had in there. Gotta get that out of there. And put it back in. Let's do some more searching desks. Die search, die search. Found a file, immediately lost it. Which means day 3 ends just how it began. Naked, beat up, and with no items to my name. On to day 4. Day 4 is mostly uneventful because I got beat up several times the moment I found any materials. Hit the books, pal. You're done. Yeah, we're just going to spend a couple hours in the library here before I go back to my Chicago looting spree. Timber, timber, timber. Always need timber. And it's gone. I got beat up again. So day 4 ends like day 2 and 3. Naked, no items to my name. Back to the roll call, back to the beds, hit the bricks, pal. On to day 5. Day 5 is when I remember you can put bed sheets over the bars of the cells, which will be very useful in concealing what I do in my cell and eventually concealing what I'm trying to steal from everybody in this prison. Yeah, the Escapist 1, especially when you play it at a speed like this, you realize the gameplay loop is wake up, search desks, go to sleep, read books. Great stuff, really. Almost forgot the timber, and it's gone. I really gotta be more careful. Day 5 does bring us something special though, which is our very first piece of duct tape, which we can finally use to craft the poster we need to chip our way into the hallway behind our cells. Now, the real game begins. Cover up my iron bars with the bed sheets and start chipping away at the wall at light speed. This is some great stuff. I also put the desk in front of where I'll be entering and exiting through the poster, which will make the timing easier. It would be much more difficult to tap W to try to replace the poster before anyone notices, so this is good. I'm gonna make sure to sleep though before roll call comes, because if I get caught and I need to load a save, I do not want to go back multiple days. But as for now, we can finally get our poster. There's no prison stash back here for free items, unfortunately, but we do have what we need on to day 6. On day 6, we find useful items like a file, which we can use with our timber to make a tool handle and eventually make some shovels so we can start digging our way out of here. That journey does not come without the occasional beatdown, though. Just searching people's desks, reading some books, getting beat up again. Day 6 is pretty uneventful, but the few items we can scrounge together will add up over time. So we'll be out of here soon. I hope. Day 7 starts with us immediately finding duct tape and a file, which is very useful, and it's gone. I died again. Duct tape and a file and another desk. I must have warp-drived over here after the cop took it from me. We're going to quickly make our way into our stash and make a tool handle and our first shovel, which means we can start making our way out of this joint. Reading. Lots of reading. Day 7 was a lot of searching around and finding absolutely nothing, so it's time for evening roll call and we can finally begin our shoveling journey. We're going to be going exactly right. And we will need a lot of timber braces too, because every 3 blocks you tunnel underground, you need a timber brace to support the tunnel. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. Let's get moving. With our flimsy shovel at a low durability, we don't use it up. Rather, we can upgrade it into a better shovel with some duct tape and sheet metal later, which will repair the durability, meaning we are getting as much use out of these shovels as possible each time on to day 8. Day 8 involves finding more timber, which is great. We will need plenty of timber. We're going to run it immediately over to the base because I do not want to keep dying after I find one important item. But I will be using it this time for another shovel, because we're still going to need a lot of shovels. Shovels and timber brace, that's the strat. My strength and speed are at an all-time low, the very minimum in the game, which means every time I get punched I will fold like a sack of potatoes. Another file. Day 8 was a lot of running around and finding absolutely nothing. That file was the only thing, which means we are just going to go straight to bed and hope for better loot next day. We found a roll of duct tape, which will help us make a better shovel, repair our current one, and get back to digging. More duct tape. We are on a roll. We're going to be using this to make another shovel, because my intellect is not high enough to make a shovel of the highest tier. Now we've got shovels, we've got a timber brace. Tonight is digging night. And so the digging journey truly begins. We're just going to be keeping a close eye on the durability of these things, because it'd be a shame if they broke before we got to upgrade them. And with how far we've made it tonight, we do need more timber for another brace, otherwise we're going to make no progress. Time to flush the dirt and take a nap. On day 10, we find 2 pieces of timber and 2 pieces of duct tape. We're going to make a timber brace, save the duct tape for some more shovel upgrades, and get to digging. Our shovel survives, but our tunnel does not. We need more timber. Day 12, we find timber in a file, immediately lose it of course. Spend the entire afternoon reading all of War and Peace in the library. I learn that I can, block the guards' views when I'm searching desks, but we do not find anything of high enough significance to continue digging on to day 12. Day 12, we find 3 entire pieces of timber, which we use of course for a timber brace and some more digging. We encounter our first problem in the mines, aside from the timber, which is a rock in the way. I use a shovel to chip at it, and the shovel is 1 hit away from breaking. We cannot use this anymore. We're going to need some forks to break through this rock. I spent all of day 13 looting desks and then reading in the library. Good news for us, because on day 14 a man got beat up outside the cafeteria, but he had a trowel on him, which will be actually very useful for digging. I am bringing this back to base pronto. Day 15 I ran to the cafeteria to grab some forks, which I would immediately use to break the stone underground, and I'm back to the trowel. We're out of timber braces now, which means we will have to find more, but we are making great progress today. The night of day 15 also sees us making another shovel upgrade. 2 lightweight shovels and a trowel now. Nothing can stop us. Except for timber braces. The only thing that happened on day 16 was the discovery of 1 extra piece of timber. But with it, I craft another timber brace, and we are back to the mines. Fart yearns for the mines. And you notice the fact the screen stopped scrolling right means we are actually getting close to the exit, just a couple timber braces away. Day 17 gives us 1 more timber brace. And the end of day 18 gave us 1 piece of timber, which is not enough to do anything with. Day 20 comes and goes without a single thing happening, aside from 1 log. I quickly dig towards the right. And there's a rock in the way. Nope, we gotta delay this journey just a bit more. We head up the cafeteria and grab a bunch of forks. This stone stands no chance. And right as I'm digging the last tile, I'm about to make it out. Skipping roll call, because I know I'll be free. There's actually 1 more tile hidden behind the item bar. And a lockdown just happened. I gotta quickly get rid of the dirt and die before I get all of my progress destroyed. Luckily I did though, and I just need a few more items. With 1 final mad dash to the cafeteria and back, I'm back in the tunnel, digging away at the last tile. What some people might not know about this game is you can actually escape through the underground, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because I'll just be sitting there in my little tunnel. It's not like the outside is there, of course. But, to the game, that's all you need. And I beat Shankton State Pen on 10 times speed in just 21 days, with an average heat of 100%. Thank you.